best dressed man in the history of Haymakers Row, Drew Van Landingham. Drew was straight from the electric factory and he didn't stop all on his way here. Our first boxer making his way to the ring is Alfred Alladin. He's fighting out of Bash Boxing. He is not listed with a nickname, which I think is unfortunate. I feel like his name allows for many a nickname. It's just, it's too simple. Matt, one of the things we
Warrior to the ring, please. To the red corner. Alfred Alladin!
I think Alfred has an unfortunate perspective in the sense that he's the first bout, right? So he has no litmus to compare to. Whenever you have a rap song, hip-hop song with heavy bass, it sets the tone a little bit, right? So I'd give this a strong 5. Yeah, I mean, it's cold pizza. No one's going to turn it away, exactly. But it's not something you're lining up the door for. So even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. Which leaves a lot of room for Robert Goldfarb to come in and steal the show. Now, in our last event, by far and away, the best walk-up song. Round 8 there. Iron Maiden round 8 there. Yes. Almost 14 minutes long. Tough to beat. Iron Maiden locked in at about 14. Let's see if we can do that tonight. Another strong contender of the generic rap category. I will say this, Robert Goldfarb, urologist. Yeah, one of those dream jobs you just have when you're a little kid. You're like, Mom, can't wait to grow up and be a urologist. Yeah, a urologist. I think they do quite well. Yeah, I was going to say, at the end of the day, I'm incredibly jealous and I'm just projecting. Mark and I, school teachers, don't exactly kill the game, which is why we're here tonight. But by the way, before we get any further, a notable admission of the night. Gotta say it, man. The founding foundress of Haymakers for Hope, Julie Kelly, not in attendance tonight for the first time in a decade of events, jury events. Julie's, I mean, clearly the backbone of this operation. Founded it. She's a remarkable person, and we are gutted to not have her here. We're very excited to know that she is watching at home. We love you, Jules. Heal up, and we'll see you very, very soon. Now, as these fighters make their way to the ring, right? Well, I'll say, as they make their way to the ring, Robert's taking a sweet time. If you notice, so far, just Alfred is present, and I don't see. So, Matt, I guess while we're waiting for Goldfarb to show up, we've worked with some Haymakers folks in the past. A lot of these fighters are training for 3 to 4 months, making their debut. What kind of preparation work do you think?
Warrior to the ring, please. To the blue corner, Robert Goldfarb.
I think the one thing that can never be overstated is cardio conditioning. Regardless of your ability, your skill, your tenacity, your toughness, the great equalizer in the sport of boxing is not that innate toughness. It's actually cardio conditioning. So depending on what these two men have done inside the gym doors and outside before entering under the bright lights, that's really going to be the difference maker. One other thing I noticed is that from a height perspective, it looks like Alfred has a pretty significant height advantage. Yeah, Alfred Alladin at 5'7", 148 pounds. Robert Goldfarb, 5'5", 146 pounds. Goldfarb has a distinct age advantage at 38 years old to Alfred Alladin's 46 years old. Going to kick it off very shortly. I think another consideration, I think that 5'7" is a little bit more accurate than that 5'5". I think that's a very generous 5'5". Looking at the ring myself, it looks to be at least 3 to 4 inches on paper. These two. I know that you're seeing 5'7" and 5'5". I'm seeing what appears
to be. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on this historic evening, this first bout is Sponsored by Circadian Realty. Scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Your referee will be Joshua Brewer. Introducing the principals. First, fighting out the red corner, weighing 148 pounds, fighting out of Bash Boxing. Trained by LaCadre Howard and Jonathan Nafa. He is an operations manager ready to put things in place tonight. Here is Alfred Alladin.
Man, it seems like a strong show.
And fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 146 pounds, fighting out of Mark Carr Boxing by way of Under Armour Performance, and fighting in the memory of the late, great Deirdre Greenfield. Trained by Mark Carr and Brent Chase, he is a urologist. Enough said. Robert Goldfarb.
I like that we weren't the only
Joshua Brewer with the final instruction.
There's no way there's just 2 inches separating these 2 men. Absolutely not. No, we got a real 5'7". We have a driver's license 5'5". Absolutely wrong. 100%. All right, Mark, so looking at their ages, this is going to be a Masters Division bout. What can you tell me about that? They're going to be wearing 16-ounce gloves, slightly larger gloves, and they'll be wearing a larger headgear as well. Maximum round times will be 2 minutes. I believe we're going to be working 2 minutes tonight. Here we go. My guess, early and often. Let's see. I don't think there's going to be much feeling out. Alladin looks like he's about to jump out of the red corner. Our referee just checking with the officials. And here we go. Quick touch of the gloves. Right off the bat, what would you like to see from Alladin? I want to see Alladin start to float a little bit towards his right, get away from that power hand of Goldfarb, establish his jab, be the taller fighter. And conversely, Goldfarb, he wants to press the entire, make it ugly, put his nose right on the chest of Alladin there, and make it an ugly brawl. Kind of compensate for that height discrepancy. Ooh. Of the two, I feel like Alladin might be the slightly more comfortable boxer. But I'm definitely seeing more aggression right out of the gate from Robert Goldfarb. Maybe he knows it doesn't have to be a beauty contest. If I start throwing leather early and I connect. Judging by the clapper, I'm going to guess these rounds are a single minute. I don't have the clock in front of me, but that felt like a very, very quick round. Absolutely, as I said before, so Masters Boxing, anything over the age of 40, you have to participate in Masters Boxing. They can do rounds anywhere between 2, 1.5, or 1 minute rounds. That to me felt like a 1 minute round. So you see Alladin not taking a stool, and you see Robert Goldfarb also not taking a stool. Interesting approach early. I think with the Masters Division bout being just a minute, I actually don't hate the idea of not putting in a stool. That's a fair point. So with those being said, just to be minute rounds, how would you score that first round? Honestly, a fairly competitive round. It's tough to say. I thought it was closer than some of the other ones we've seen recently. Honestly, maybe Goldfarb snuck it out with his aggression. I think Alladin was an inch or two off on a couple of big swings. We'll see if he can compensate this round, but I think maybe you're going to give that one to Robert Goldfarb just for being a little busier. I have to agree. One thing I'd like to see Alladin maybe abandon this round. I see some hooks. I see some uppercuts. In reality, I'd rather him just kind of stick to the meat and potato long ones and twos. That's it. Should be interesting to see how he adjusts. Alladin was just sent to the neutral corner. I believe there might have been a spill in the red corner. I see the official speaking to some ringside attendants, as well as the cornermen. And whatever it is, it seems like they rectified the issue. No bell to start the round. Something you alluded to earlier. You mentioned Alladin floating towards the power. Can you speak to that a little bit? Yeah, so Alladin's floating towards his own left side, which is Goldfarb's right hand. That's typically the power shot of an orthodox fighter. Early in your career, you kind of want to avoid that right hand to the best of your ability. Goldfarb coming on strong. Goldfarb he surprised me a little bit. Watching the two, their body language when they entered the ring, I thought Alladin was a little bit more composed and relaxed, but Goldfarb is doing exactly what we suggested Alladin do. Straight offense down the pipe, force the action, you know, bring the fight to Aladdin. Yeah, and again, you know, as comfortable as Aladdin looks, he's also 46 years old compared to a 38-year-old Goldfarb. Goldfarb might have a little more in the tank. You mentioned earlier as well that Aladdin's right hand, it's crisp, and it's not that it's missing by an inch, just by an inch. He's really keeping that left hand very low. I don't know if that's a style or if that's just an exhaustion issue, but I'm worried Goldfarb is going to uncork a right hand right over the top of that lazy left. That's it right there. Again, both men throwing good right hands, just missing the mark, but it's Goldfarb that's finding that jab up through the middle. One thing I see Goldfarb doing that Aladdin seems to be struggling with, Goldfarb's driving with his jab, whereas Aladdin's kind of floating with it. He's choking. Yeah, when Aladdin floats with that jab, he shortens his punch and takes a little stink off of it. We have 30 seconds left in the round. Good right hand by Aladdin there. Another good right hand by Aladdin. Looks like he's starting to find a home for that right hand. I'd like to see Goldfarb get out of that offense. There we go. Press. Caution by the referee. That's right. It appears to be a rabbit punch. Oh, good right hand. Excellent right hand by Aladdin. And that landed clean, but it didn't seem to get Goldfarb's attention. Very, very, very good round. I got to give that to Aladdin. Interesting. So I think that's one of those cases where it was a competitive round, and Aladdin did a lot at the end where he might have swayed the judges. I wouldn't hate to see a Goldfarb round. Yeah, honestly, still pressed the majority of that round. Like I said, I think maybe Aladdin took that one, landed a couple big right hands, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that split amongst judges or even a Goldfarb round. A hotly contested fight. Excellent bout to start off the night. Again, Alfred Alladin from Bash Boxing, Robert Goldfarb, Mark Carr Boxing. Going into this third round, both men have to know that this fight's in the air. Yeah, if you're in the corner, you're telling him, hey, bud, you might be up 2 rounds, you might be down 2 rounds.
Seconds out. All right, boxing fans, this is it. Put your hands together for both ring wars. This is the third and final round.
You have it even. No matter what, this really is going to be the difference maker. It does look like Aladdin appears to be the fresher of the two starting the third round, as he eats a jab from Goldfarb there right off the bat. Good right hand again, right behind the ear, I think, from Aladdin there. Oh, excellent right hand by Goldfarb. Are we getting a count? We are. That's our first 8 count of the evening. Goldfarb needs to go to the neutral corner. That's any white corner. He cannot be hanging out in his blue corner. This is showing some experience. He's desperately trying to get him to the neutral corner. He's hang out in a neutral corner. They're going to count to 8. They're going to see if Aladdin's good to go. Fight continues. Now, while on paper that wouldn't necessarily constitute a 10-8 round, you have to imagine that does not look good in the judge's eyes. Yeah, in the big book of USA Boxing Rules, that doesn't count any more than any other punch, but it certainly looks good for the judges. Or in Aladdin's case, looks bad for the judges. Yeah, there you go. Good right hand again. Nice left hook by Aladdin there. He's still in it. He's got to find a way of avoiding Goldfarb's right hand. Oh, big, nice, dirty uppercut by Goldfarb. Excellent right hand by Goldfarb. That was the best punch of the fight by far. That first 8 count might have been a hair quick. That one was not. Yeah, I'll tell you, he definitely, he's not looking at the referee. He's got to look at the referee and let the referee know, hey, I'm ready. I can continue. The referee has every right to call this off. If he doesn't, let's see, if you get another standing 8 count in the round, no matter how competitive it is, if there's 3 standing 8 counts for one boxer, they have to wave off the fight. So let's see how this goes. You got about 15 seconds left in the fight. Big right hand by Aladdin. Excellent. Oh, and now he's getting a count. Now Aladdin once again in the wrong corner. But his cornerman, rightfully, showing the savviness, the veteran status. They tell him get in the neutral corner. So this should be the end of the round here once they bring him back together. We'll see if that clock was accurate. Looks like they're running long. Interesting. The clock has disappeared. It's been well over 2 minutes, folks. I'm curious to see what they're throwing, and I've yet to hear so much as a clapper. Aladdin turned his back.
Come on, let's cheer him on down the stretch to the final bell.
Goldfarb throwing grenades. Folks, this round is going at, I mean, substantially longer than what that clock read. This had to be at least a 3-minute round, folks. And I'm not upset about it in the least. No. What a way to end that round. Oh, no hugs either. Aladdin thinking I gotta give this guy a hug. Yeah, Aladdin he's considering. That's my corner first. You know what? This is my fight. I'm gonna put my hands up. I think I took that. Matt, how'd you score it? Because I'll tell you right now, I don't know if I can pick a winner in that fight. That was a close fight. All right, so look, the second round was just debatable. I think the first round was clearly a Goldfarb round. The third round, as competitive as it was, Goldfarb had the 2-8 counts, with the second one being emphatic. Yeah. So I have to believe that Robert Goldfarb will have his hand raised at the end of this fight. I'm going to have to agree with you, man. With that being said, there were some interesting discrepancies, especially with the time. There were a couple conversations with the official outside with some of the ringside officials that I'm not sure what the nature of them were. Matt and I are going to take a little closer look at the ringside clock for the next bout. Again, that first round certainly felt like a 1-minute round. That third round felt at least an hour and a half long. So we'll see. I actually took a nap in the third. Yeah, no, I woke Matt up like, hey, Matt, it's still going on. They're throwing bombs. Again, thank you, everybody, for tuning in Haymakers for Hope, the Beltway Brawl II.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a well-deserved round of applause for both our ring warriors. They fought their hearts out in here. And the winner comes to us. DJ Esso, 1 second, please. The winner comes to us out of the blue corner.
There you have it.
Robert Goldfarb.
Again, very.
That's it for Alfred Alladin as well.
Again, I agree with Matt. You know, the first round, Goldfarb round. The second round,
they are